Alright, let's now see how we can perform that chord progression. The first thing we need to do is set up the push, specifically the scale. We need to set it to E flat major. Leave the layout in fourths and make sure it's in the in key mode. Now another thing you want to do is to ensure that the velocity sensitivity is disabled on your synth. So playing louder or softer should not change the level of each note. You can do that on the synth, or you can enable this accent feature. So right now it's off, but when I turn it on, it starts to pulsate. So now the velocity is going to be set at the highest, so all notes are going to be consistent in their level. Now in terms of the fingers, we're going to use all fingers except the two pinkies. The left hand here is going to play mostly the bass notes and the right hand the higher notes of the arpeggiated chords. Okay, now in this layout, the blue notes are the root, so this would be E flat. But we're not going to start with that. We're going to start with the fourth above here on the ring finger with the left hand and ring finger with the right hand on the fifth here. So this creates like a major ninth interval. And then we add these notes after. You notice how we alternate between the two hands? First the two ring fingers together, then right hand, right hand. This is pretty much the technique for the entire phrase. Now you can choose to press down on the notes and rest your fingers on the pads as you're playing this. Or you can kind of play staccato, so lifting your finger up after every note. This requires a little bit more precision, but once you practice this a few times, you should be able to do it. Alright, so that's the first phrase, which you play 4 times. And after that, we just change one note. We replace the ring finger note here with this note using the thumb. And everything else is the same. Though this only repeats twice, and then we replace the thumb with the index finger playing this note. So the entire phrase, 4 times up top here. Oops, let's do that again. And then twice here, and that's it. So the only change is happening with the root note, and everything else stays the same. Alright, I'll play it one more time, slower. Cool, now for the next section, we need to move the left hand down here to access this and this note. And again, we alternate between these 2 notes. Whereas the right hand will shift from these 3 notes to these 3 notes. Same pattern, and this too only happens twice. After this, we move the left hand further to the right to access these 2 notes. And the right hand will play these 3. So once again, let's try it slowly again from the top. Alright, now for the next section, we need to make a bit of a jump. These are the last 2 notes that we have played. I'm going to pivot the right hand, middle finger, up to this note using that same middle finger. And the left hand is going to play these 2 notes with the ring and middle finger. It's a little complex, but we're still doing the alternating thing between the left and right hand. Seems a bit awkward to jump like that. That same note could also be played here, but it's too far up and we kind of overlap on the left hand and we won't be able to see what we're doing with the left hand. Alright, let's start from that whole second phrase again. Now pivot. Alright, so you notice how the left hand just shifts back 1 step. And then we shift back once more. And for the very last one, we'll play the first note with the thumb. Alright, let's go through this section one more time. So the left hand is starting from here and ends back on that root note. Let's try it again from that second section. Pivot. Once again, the pivoting section. Now ending in this position is ideal because we can easily start the pattern once again. So we're back at that first position and we can cycle the whole thing all over again. And that's pretty much the whole pattern. I hope that was helpful. If there are any other song progressions you'd like me to show you how to play, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.